So maybe just to this?
Yeah, just keep clear of that.
Okay. About there?
Yeah.
The pair of us are desperate to start building the mezzanine structure, but before we can do that, we need to get a number of the walls in certain areas especially pointed up with lime, because we don't want to be trying to navigate around the structure to get the lime in. So in this back corner where Victoria is, we're going to be having our future kitchen along this back wall. This is going to be underneath the mezzanine, so the line that we've been marking is kind of a safe zone of the mezzanine is going to be a little bit above that. But there's going to be a stud wall in front of here just to make life easier for fitting the kitchen cabinets, also a place to hide pipes behind. So that means that we don't have to take as much care with the pointing on that wall as we have done with the other walls that we've done so far.
I need to go out in about an hour, so we're going to see how much of this area we can get pointed up roughly in the next 60 minutes.
Okay, so mortar is mixed, wall is almost moist. Let's put 60 minutes on the clock. Let's see how much we can get done. You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Well, for a little hour session, I don't think we've done too badly there. Where's the line? Okay, so apart from that top bit, we've done pretty much the rest of it.
Yeah, we were going turbo speed. It's pretty steamy in here now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's super humid. I'm pleased with that though.
So I'm going to give this a really light brush just to get off all this loose stuff and just work it into the edge of the stones, but I'm talking very light. And you need to be on your way, my lady.
After a bit of deodorant, I think.
Yeah, maybe a quick shower would be good.
Necessary.
While Victoria's out, I'm jumping back on the pool. So I've just mixed up a really sloppy cement mortar mix. And this is to make up a kind of bonding layer between the block and the render that's going to go over the top. It just helps the render adhere better. It's the same mix that we did on the tiny house when we rendered the top section on there. So you take this stuff, it's basically a bonding agent, make a solution with that, and then mix that with a very strong mix with a lot of cement in. This is 1 part cement to 2 parts sand, and then it's got that solution in, and as you can see, it's very, very wet. The name for this in Portuguese is chapisco. It's basically, I think in the UK you call it a rough cast. It's probably got a name everywhere else in the world, but here, chapisco. So although this mix is really sloppy and smooth and watery, the objective is to get it as rough and textured as possible. So there's a couple of different methods that you can use. So one method is you get some on your trowel and then you throw it at the surface. Effectively, you just flick it. But our preferred method is to use a roller. This is what we used on the tiny house, and it worked a treat. So this is really textured, it's really easy to load up and apply, and you don't have to throw it around everywhere and get covered. So there you go, as you pull this away, the texture in the roller pulls the mortar away, and it gives you all of these little stipples. Little stippled nipples. I'm having to do a last minute dash to the DIY shop. It shuts in 20 minutes, so I'm hoping I can get there in time. There's a product that we want that's going to coat the interior of the tank. It completely seals it. It's resin, polymer, like a two-part mixer, and it's designed perfectly to do this, to seal the inside of pools and cisternas, water tanks. Now, it said in stock they've got the perfect number that we need. Reserved it online and paid for it, and then they sent me an email to say your order will be ready to collect in a week. I can't wait a week, so I'm gunning it there now with the hope that I can just buy out all of their stock, and either tomorrow or the day after we can work on tanking the tank.
Como sempre prometeram a gente não vai matar a televisão, rádio, a rede social, nada vai morrer.
Right, here we are. Wish me luck. Olá, boa tarde. We got the goods.
This video is sponsored by Bluetti. Now, full disclosure, Ricky usually deals with anything electrical related, but when we received this power bank from Bluetti, I just found it so uncomplicated and intuitive to use that I thought I'll take you through what I love about it. So this is the AC200L. It's a big boy when it comes to the power output with 2,400 watts, so you can run most appliances from it. We've been able to charge our batteries and run our power tools while we're down here working. It'd be perfect for a camper van or as a home backup in case of a power cut. I particularly like the way the front's laid out. You've got your LED screen with all your info, and then the outlets are nice and high up, so it's easy to get your plugs in and out. You've got 5 different ways to charge it. Can I remember them all? Mains, generator, solar, in the car, and there's one more which I can't remember just at this minute. So depending on where you are, you've got that added flexibility. We've got ours with these 200 watt solar panels. They fold right down and take up very little storage space, which is amazing. If you want to get your hands on one of these, or you'd just like to learn a little bit more about the AC200L, click our link in the description and use our code BLUETTYLIFE and you'll get 5% off your order.
Now I know what you're thinking. Ricky, this is the 3rd product we've seen you mix so far. What is it? And how did I know you were thinking that? Because I read your mind. Sorry. So this is just a pre-mixed render, cement-based render. It's the same stuff that we use to do around the top of the tiny house, and it worked really well last time. Know how it handles, got experience with it, so it just made sense to use it in here as well rather than just trying to faff around mixing our own. But it is hot. I've put up some extra shade to try and keep some direct sun off of it, but I need to get a wiggle on because that is going to go off sharpish. So if you're wondering why I'm using a pre-mixed render as opposed to just mixing up my own of just sand and cement, ease basically. This is just comes in a bag. It has all the perfect ingredients in it at the right mix with additives and everything else, waterproofer, and all I have to do is put the right amount of water in to get it the consistency that I want it. So it's just so easy. I don't have to faff around with different piles of stuff in different bags. Plus it's just really workable. It's just a really easy product to use. So highly recommend. At this stage, all I'm trying to do is just get like a fairly even coverage all over it, and then yeah, we'll smooth it all out and level it all off properly once it's all covered. Okay, I haven't quite got everything covered yet, but the first mix that I did on the top is really starting to go. So I need to work that, particularly the corners, they need working before I can do the top. When we did the plunge pool, we made the corners like rounded because obviously you're gonna have the backs of your legs over the edge of it. And we did that with like a homemade jig. But when we made our windowsills for the tiny house, we got one of these curved corner profile trowels. It's not as big on the kind of diameter as the homemade one, but I'm hoping this is going to work because it's pretty easy to use this. Right, scrap that, I'm aborting that mission. When you're using it on concrete inside a form, you've obviously got the edge to keep it straight, but here on an open corner, kind of goes a bit all over the place. It's cutting into it. I don't have the time to try and dilly-dally around with that. I think I'm just gonna be able to smooth this off with a sponge when I get to that stage. I'm a big fan of this tool right here. Cannot for the life of me remember what it's called, but it's really good for just leveling everything out. You can see all the little diamond shapes. It kind of collects all of the high spots, takes them down, tries to push it into the dips in the surface to try and level everything off. And it's really good for highlighting areas where you need to put a bit more render on. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this because of the light, but here, for example, you can see where all the sand, all the aggregate has been agitated by the tool here, but there has not, which means it's too low below it. So you stick a bit more in there, work it in, and it's nice and even. It's not ideal doing this in summer. It's definitely too hot. I'm in a bit of a battle right now to just try and balance all the timings. So I'm gonna pop you down and crack on.
I've been busy pointing this morning, so I've only just come back up to the house and seen Ricky's progress on the step. And so far, twit twoo. It's looking very good. I was glad that you didn't let your standards drop when I wasn't here to give close supervision.
Yeah. I'm quite surprised at how much quicker I was doing it this time after having a bit of experience doing it on the house.
Yeah.
It's one thing that shocks me throughout this of like, you only have to do something once or twice, and when you do it that second or third time, a little bit of experience makes you so much quicker.
Yeah, just gunning through it.
Yeah. Ready for your sponge bath?
No, thank you, monsieur.
I feel like I look really creepy then.
I've had the music pumping this morning just to keep the good vibes and motivation high while I've been working. I've been in this back corner here, so I'm going to give that a brush off now because everything is just drying at a silly rate today. Business idea for anybody in the PPE industry. You need to come up with one of these style masks that is like the freezer gel design. You could call it like freezer face, because honestly, wearing it in this temperature, oh la la, it is so hot. Too important not to wear, but it's a struggle. Well, that was more luck than judgment, but the mortar quantities could not have worked out any better. That is all that's left, and I managed to get all that area on the back wall that's going to eventually get concealed by the stud wall done. Love it when a plan comes together.
I've just been vacuuming all of the loose dust and dirt that's in the pool because today we're going to be tanking it. Tanking the tank. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
We're planning on having 2 water jets over on that wall, and we'd wanted to get them in first before doing the tanking, but we're still waiting on the sleeve part that passes through the wall, and until that comes, I don't know the exact size of the hole I need to make. So it's not ideal doing the tanking first, but this is the only day this week that's going to be below 35 degrees, and 35 degrees is the absolute top end of when you can apply this product. So got to do what we've got to do, get on with it, get as much down as possible, and then after I've put the holes through the wall for the jets, we'll just have to do some more tanking around that and make good. These fluffy guys that we've got to do the job. Feels like a teddy bear.
I'll get you back and it might not be so clean.
Tell you now, this is going to go off so quickly.
That is like really thick, bad pancake batter.
Because you have to work it quite hard.
Yeah.
It'll be all really rough and stiff of it.
I it's starting to be a bit better now. So obviously this is drier than it would be coming straight out of the bucket. Was it to do this? I mean, it does look better as you look down. I know it looks bad, but it looks better than it did.
Then just making it all one surface, yeah.
So we're one mix in. Ricky's just mixing up the next batch. And after an early bit of scepticism, let's say, about how it was going on, things are going much better. We'd wanted to use rollers to get it on because we thought it was just going to be a lot easier going, maybe quicker to do, but it was not turning out well at all. It wasn't adhering very well, and it was also leaving it incredibly spiky, which when you've got your bare feet going over that, it was likely going to give you some cuts. So we've moved on to a brush and it is turning out pretty darn smart. So basically everywhere that we've gone is now almost looking a little bit like we've done a lime wash or like it's freshly rendered. And I can't believe the difference in the texture just from that horrible flaky paint to what we've got now.
Yeah, I think that we should potentially do the outside.
It'll look a hell of a lot better than what's on there now, won't it?
Because it's, I mean, obviously it's filthy at the moment, but it needs cleaning up. But it also does need protecting because it gets wet and it freezes and it does crack, whereas this helps to bridge the cracks as well. I think the look of it's really nice. I think it makes it look quite Mediterranean.
Quite Mediterranean.
Right, next lot.
Let's do it.
Got to say, I'm really pleasantly surprised at how good this looks. The colour it says on the packet is grey, and it is 100% not grey. It's more like a beigey, sort of limey colour. But it's looking so good. Seems a shame that we're going to have to paint it blue, but it needs as much protection as it can get from the water. As you can see, all the sides have been done. I'm going to do the floor after the jets have gone in here. But yeah, we're going to leave you here. Victoria's inside packing for a special trip that she's taking tomorrow, but we'll tell you all about that one next time. Thanks for all the love and support lately. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next week.